Can we make it through the sand? Sup, bros? Today we're gonna review the Foholo F19 super fast long range electric scooter, top quality and flagship for extreme thrill. List price is $15.49, but I have a discount link down below the video in the description box. They say the top speed is 55 miles an hour. 49! And a claimed peak power output of 7,000 watts. Runs on 60 volts. So let's see if this thing is top quality flagship extreme thrill. And when you get it out of the box, the first thing you see is these absolutely freaking enormous tires. They are tubeless tires, 13 by 5 inches. Absolute freaking balloons of wheels for a scooter. Oh no. Oh yeah. And the front motor is stamped as a 60 volt, 3,500 watt motor. It's got front suspension we'll look at more in a moment, on a dual crown fork with a triple clamp, and four headlights, 2 chargers, and some stuff we have to install. So let's try and get this thing set up. So it looks like we have one of these good old clamps. Oh God, this thing's heavy. Big battery. Oh, there we go. All right, just so that just pretty much clicks in place, and you have your little safety pin here just in case things go sideways, and it's got grip tape on the deck with an optional seat. You can remove it, and it's got a light on rear as well as dual shocks on the back. They are adjustable. Get your swing arm here leading back to a set of DY Island hydraulic brakes, 160 millimeter rotors, and it actually has a pretty interesting looking stem. I don't think I've ever seen a stem that looks anything like this on an electric scooter. So here's the part. Here's the part you hold on to when you're going 55 miles an hour. The throttle that'll get us there. We do have chill mode, dual motor, and a couple options there. Horn signals, turn it on and off. Takes a key and voltage. Still gotta put that on. So let's turn it on. So we've seen this display before. Looks like we got some color, battery. Shows the ride mode. Ride mode. We're on dual motor until I press that button, turn it off. Eco doesn't tell us if we're on eco. Don't worry, we won't be. In addition to the battery bars, we get our voltage right here. And I'm getting the feeling we're gonna have some neon lights. Let's try the switch. Boom. Oh wow. Yeah, that actually looks pretty smooth, man. Wow. All right, it's a party now. Okay, it is a party up front, faux show. That is one of the more smooth looking RGB things I've ever seen on an e-scooter. So if you want to be seen on your scooter, you got the Foholo F19. And there's also some RGBs down here on the sides. Got your little light on the back. Same party going on over here. And it's also got this seat, which I have tried on their Foholo F15. It's a pretty comfy seat, and this bag too for the handlebars. A little shock in there as well. I think I might actually leave that seat off on this one. I'll show you the specs on the battery in a minute. But real quick, I just want to try standing on this thing, seeing what it's like. So we have that dual shock up front. It actually seems like more suspension than we typically get on electric scooters for the front. The dual coil shock on the back. And I think these handlebars are adjustable, but here's a 6'5" dude chilling on here. Stock settings. Feels like a freaking massive scooter. So obviously you get your other 60 volt, 3,500 watt motor on back. And then looking at the side here, shows the battery is a 60 volt, 33 amp hour, both motors totaling 3,500 watts times 2. Max charge current is 8 amps, and we do have two charge ports as well as 2 chargers. Each one of these chargers is a 2 amp charger, so charging at 4 amps total. So it takes just over 8 hours to charge this battery from minimum to maximum using both of these. All right, let's take a risk on this thing. All right, dudes, let's check out the Foholo F19 for a rip. I decided to put that seat on there after all, because that's how lazy I am. And I did find out these handlebars do have adjustable height. So right now I raised it up to the maximum height, which is actually good for me. It's just 2 little screws right here, pinch bolts. But since we're gonna be sitting down, I'm gonna drop these down so it doesn't block your view the entire ride, hopefully. So we'll just put it on minimum. Oh, and also since that stem is actually pretty thick, like they feel real stable when they're raised up. Unlike some of those scooters that have like the real thin tube. I don't know, maybe we'll try it later, throwing them up higher. So we are on a full charge, 66.3 volts. And of course, we're gonna check our official range today. Oh yeah, all the suspension on the rear, man. Let's get rolling. I have the tires on 30 PSI. They say 50 is the max. They're sitting on 8. I kind of want to try to ride this thing on the sand because these tires are freaking enormous. Dang, and just take a look at this thing in the dark, man. It is a very loud scooter, very bright lights up front. Looks like we got a little cross-eye going between one of them there. All right, so let's give it a rip up the 20% grade. I think I have everything on max settings. Let's just go for it. All right, so yeah, front wheel spinning a little bit, but it does have the larger 13-inch wheels, which basically the taller the wheel, the less likely it is gonna spin out on you, because taller wheels kind of put down less torque to the ground relative to a short wheel. So one of the real nice things about tall wheels is they're much better at running stuff over, so you don't like really feel the bumps in the ground nearly as much. Look at this pothole, we're just gonna run it over. Oh, it felt it a little bit there, but I mean, you know, a tiny little wheel, you could just completely get swallowed up into a tiny little bump like that. So I'm really curious if these tall tires are gonna be able to ride on the sand at the beach. And over here on the right, we basically have like, how many modes would it be? 6 times 2 times 2. Would that be 24 total riding modes you could do? Because you got dual motor, single motor, then 3 modes for each one, and then you can do eco or non-eco. So I don't know, let's just put it all the way down on the weakest one. This, I believe, is eco mode, single motor, and mode number 1. So similar to the F15, you know, I've seen this display on other models. It's kind of hard to see out here in the bright light. It does dim a little bit when you use the light switch, but still, I mean, you can see it just kind of like barely. But mode number 1, very, very gentle. So for as crazy as a scooter can get, it doesn't have to be crazy. Although it will take you up to about, well, it looks like there's a discrepancy between the onboard and my speedometer. So 19 miles an hour on the weakest power mode. It says 28 on here. And I'm gonna turn the eco mode off. Oh, so the eco mode actually doesn't do anything when you're on 1. It does have regen brake. Yeah, eco mode doesn't seem to make much of a difference. It's just chill either way. Let's put it on dual motor eco mode. So dual motor eco mode, weakest power setting, number 1 of 3. So it takes you up to about the same speed. And now let's turn eco mode off now. Oh yeah, so the eco mode, it does affect when you have it on dual motor. So far, this scooter feels pretty stable, especially since I have the handlebars all the way down. But even if they weren't, the neck on that one feels pretty solid. So let's just throw it on 2 and roll. Oh, got a little bit of wheel spin already. I'm loving these huge wheels, dude. Like going around a turn, they just give you a little more confidence the taller the wheel, in my opinion. And it feels actually like stable. Like I feel confident, you know, taking one hand off. All right, so with these huge wheels, I could see, you know, pretty good ground clearance. I could see people actually maybe taking this thing off-road a little bit. The taller wheels is really what you're gonna want if you're going off-roading at all. And with the combination of the suspension seat posts and the seat and the suspension and everything, I'm feeling basically nothing going on. Like this is like a very numb riding experience, which is good if you don't want to feel the bumps. Even standing on this thing, the suspension on this is better than we typically see on electric scooters, especially with that dual crown fork with the actual like suspension on it. All right, so I'm done messing around on these chill modes. I'm just gonna put it on maximum. I think it's on maximum. It doesn't tell you if it's on eco mode or not. What better time than now than try it out on the real roads. Something about these taller 13-inch wheels just, I don't know, man. I really like the taller wheels, even though they might not be quite as zippy as shorter wheels. More confidence. So as mentioned, we do have turn signals. Let's go ahead and flip one on in case somebody's looking down there 3 inches off the ground for my turn signal. All right, let's give it a quick 0 to 20 acceleration here. I weigh 200 pounds. This is my GPS. We'll go off this. Well, wait, we already said this one is wrong, right? So what do we go off of? Because this will lag just a bit. Let's just go for it. See if we get any wheel spin. Ready, go. So no wheel spin actually. Launch is good. Yeah, I don't know when 20 was, man, because this lags too much. The GPS lags too much, and this is just not right. Oh, I know what to do. So 20 is actually 29. We'll just look at 29 on there. Real quick, I've discovered that putting it on eco mode basically just cuts your power, cuts you at 20 miles an hour, no matter what the other modes are. All right, let's turn that eco mode off, and we'll get a top speed run. We'll do top speed starting from 0, so we can get 0 to 20 in 2. So ready, go. 20. And GPS will lag a bit, as you can see. So the onboard says 55 now, which is not true. We're going 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, and still gaining. I think I'm gonna try the brakes out. Do we need to go faster than that? I don't know. I feel like, you know, it was still gaining speed and it actually felt stable. You know, the big wheels, the big 13-inch wheels, it's just so much less sketchy compared to, you know, like 8-inch wheels or 9-inch wheels. I don't know. Should we give it one more run? All right, what the heck? One more run for top speed. Watch out, guys. Scooter coming through. This feels so ridiculous. 44, 46, and now just a little aerodynamic drag from my body, 48. There's it. You see the scooter over there on the right? 48, 47, 48. So with a 200-pound rider topping out right at about 48 miles an hour. And it actually feels pretty stable. 49. Briefly hit 49 there according to my GPS. Look at that cute little car. That thing, dude, that thing is tiny. I would like to, is that a scooter? Dude, this scooter is like as tall as this car. Wow. I got a horn too. So with these giant knobby-ish tires, I'm really curious, can we ride out there? I will say you better watch your knees if you're sitting down so you don't hit it on the back of these lights because they're pretty sharp and made of metal. Let's try and pop off here and go up this. Whoa! Oh yeah, giant wheels. Maybe not giant enough, I'm not sure. But let's feel out the suspension going over the really, really rough riding. Honestly, dude, like you can like feel basically nothing. I mean, when you're sitting on that seat, the suspension seat post in that thick seat, it goes 50. 50? Well, I got it up to 49, but they say it'll go 55.
55?
Yeah.
Man, you've taken it up to 49 is the fastest you've done?
Yeah, today.
Today?
Yeah.
Along here?
No, not out here, man.
Oh, no, that looks really dope.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
49, they don't let you strap yourself into that thing?
I mean, if you put a seat, you mean like a seatbelt or something?
Yeah,
man. Yeah, then if you fall off, it'll just like drag you along.
Worse. Yeah, it lights up as well. Like,
yeah, you can't really see the lights too well out here, but like in the dark, they're actually like really bright.
That's what I'm saying. Like that looks, sure, that seems like a nighttime fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
People, man, it takes other people too, man.
Oh yeah, that's like the most dangerous part about being out here is like the other people.
I'm sure you've seen it before riding this path. How people they get distracted, they just want to go straight on you.
Yeah.
And if you're going on that, how much are those go for?
This is like about 1,500.
1,500?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's really not too bad considering what you get.
How much the battery lasts?
I don't know about that actually.
Yeah.
Probably like 30 to 40 miles, I would say.
Oh really?
It just depends, like, it just depends how fast you go, you know what I mean?
50 miles is good.
Yeah. All right, have a good one. Let's do just a bit more off-roading here. Whoa, yeah, we get through this, no problem. Oh, might wipe out going down this though. Whoa. I don't know, we could get out there and ride. Let's wait till we get to the boardwalk. Whoa. All right, this is probably one of the more dumb things I've ever done, but we are on 30 PSI on these tires, so not really ideal. We could drop the PSI a bit more and get maybe some more traction, but I just want to see what happens. Can we make it through the sand? The answer is no, not the soft sand anyway. But we could probably could ride on, like, you know, if we pushed it all the way out there on like the hard packed sand. But you can actually get off of this scooter and just give it a little bit of volts here, and it'll just kind of ride right over this stuff. Let's see if we can actually blast through this section right here. A little bit of a roll out. Ready, full throttle? No. Oh yeah, losing steam, but yeah, just a little bit there. This is the best the scooter has ever done riding in the sand. It's really, the tires are just too short, and they are direct drive motors, which aren't, you know, especially great for, you know, high torque situations like that. All right, so let's try the California Incline, 85-foot climb, 12% grade. So we're gonna throw it on the max power settings for this. Sometimes the front wheel will kind of tend to spin out on these higher power scooters. Let's see how this one sticks. Actually sticks better than most high power scooters, just not really spinning at all. And I think that's largely due to the large 13-inch wheels. You feel it kind of chirping a bit there. And let's see what kind of speeds we can hit on the California Incline. Full throttle, go! So picking up pretty good here, showing, well, it says 35 on the dash, which is wrong, but GPS is saying 32, 33, 34, 36. So 36 climbing the Cali incline, pretty solid, bro. And voltage sag after that run is showing 59.8 volts. Actually showing 60 volts exactly halfway through this ride. So that is like, you know, roughly 50% battery consumed over the course of 9 miles. So we do have regen brake. Whoa, look at that brake wheelchair going down this thing. Yeah, we have regen brakes. So you just pull in the brake lever just a little bit here and you can feel that regen kick in. It's gonna help save you on brake pads. Put a little bit of juice back in the battery. The regen brake is actually pretty gentle. So like I have the regen on, like it's slowing me down, but it's not like abrupt. So I actually like that. Sometimes the regen brakes, if they're too abrupt, I mean, you don't want them to be too abrupt because like when you just pull on that brake lever just a little bit, you usually just want to stop a little bit, right? So the brakes are electric motorcycle style, meaning we have back brake on the left. We're gonna stop for pretty fast here. I don't even know what this is, probably like 40 and get on them. Oh my goodness, yeah, back tire's locking up, bro. So careful, careful, careful. Back tire locks up very easily. And I gotta remember, most of stopping power is going to be coming from the right side. I was like acting like I was on an e-bike there, because on e-bikes generally this side is front brake, so don't get your brakes mixed up. We're going to pull a little harder on the front one here, but don't lock it up. Don't lock it up. You don't have ABS. This is like 40, I'd say. And oh yeah. I don't know if they're 4-piston or 2-piston, but they feel pretty strong. They feel not too shabby for DY Island. I mean, these levers, I don't love the feel of the levers. They feel kind of cheap because they are, but the actual stopping power is pretty solid. All right, bros, we're about to head on home, check the final range. I'll share my final thoughts along the way. So list price on this one right now at the time of this recording is $15.49. If you do want to buy one of these and get the best price, use the link below this video in the description box. Should have a little coupon code down there to save you a little bit extra money, and it also helps support my reviews here on this channel. So 50-mile-an-hour electric scooter for under 1,600 bucks. I mean, not too shabby at all, especially if you're looking for something with large wheels that ride smooth. I mean, it's, you know, so the large wheels, they don't feel quite as zippy as a short wheel. Like this this scooter is fast, don't get me wrong. It feels very zippy. Actually, I was just riding it on like eco mode on single motor because it's really all you need. But compared to shorter wheels will feel more zippy. See? But the taller wheels, they're gonna give you more confidence, especially, you know, if you wanna go over anything that's not a perfectly smooth surface, man. The taller the wheel, the smoother you're gonna be rolling. Also like that the tires on this are tubeless as well. And then the whole column here, this whole assembly feels pretty darn robust. Like it's got a lot going on here, and when you raise up the bars, which I did try briefly, it feels actually like stable. It's not all like wobbly like some of the flimsier looking ones I've seen before. Now, if you're looking for something lightweight, that is absolutely not this scooter. I didn't even weigh it because it's so heavy I didn't want to pick it up. Said I think 105 pounds is the net weight. So 105 pounds is by no means a light scooter. So if you need to be picking this thing up often, you might want to look for something lighter. And then range, I mean, we'll see. I'm kind of surprised to see the batteries down to 59 volts already. So maybe these taller wheels on a, you know, heavier scooter, it's not quite as fuel efficient maybe, or maybe I'm just a little heavy on the throttle. And then of course the lights on this thing. If you want to be seen and you just, you know, you're looking for that RGB vibe, this scooter definitely has that going on. So all things considered, you know, with the price, how fast it can go, really not a terrible option at all. So let's head on home, see where we end up on range. Dude, this thing just feels so absurd cutting up in traffic. I mean, the nice thing about being able to hit 50 top speed means you can cruise like 40 pretty darn easily. All right, bros, just rolling back into the neighborhood. Let's see where we're at on range. How much battery remains? So first of all, how far do we go? 18.5 miles, averaging 14 miles an hour out there for hour 19 today. Battery thing was just showing 2 out of 5. After I let off, it's showing 3 out of 5 battery bars. Now the voltage meter here says 51.6 volts remaining. Battery is getting down there a bit. Let's give it a little juice, see what we got. Oh yeah, front wheel spinning out. So if you want to snatch one of these up, use that link below in the video. It supports my reviews and also gets you the best price with my coupon code. However, if this is not the kind of electric toy for you, bruh, watch this video. Catch you over there.